Hey everyone, Techni here with another really cool PC upgrade. And honestly, what I love about this upgrade is just the straight up value with it. If any of you have watched the recent video we did with this guy right here, the Scythe Mugen 5 air cooler right there, swapping out the Corsair AIO, the results were just absolutely shocking. It was just phenomenal for the price. I believe this thing's right under 50 bucks, maybe around 40 and some change, you know what I mean? And with the results to dollar right there is just, again, it's just phenomenal. And I really love these kind of upgrades or these kind of videos. They're honestly some of my favorite to do, you know, because we all think about PC. When we think about PC upgrades, what do we usually think about? Probably like graphics cards, you know what I mean? Or audio cards, stuff like that, processors. We don't really think down to these little things that make pretty significant differences for not much money. Again, talking cooler, talking go SSDs or NVMEs. Those little things right there that we really don't think about too much can make a very big impact in your PC. And that's exactly what we have today. Again, recently did that Mugen 5, swapping out that AIO. Absolutely mind-blowing, just fantastic results right there. I was incredibly happy with that. If you haven't checked out the video, please go check that one out. That one was kind of fizzling down there by itself. But again, it was such a fantastic product, and a product I highly recommend, and I still recommend. But we're gonna go even further today, and we're gonna do the Scythe Ninja 5. Now, as far as the Ninja 5 air cooler right here, it does cost a little bit more than the Mugen 5 we recently did. I think only like 10 bucks more. But this one is obviously, let me show you right here. Just box comparison alone, retail packaging. This thing looks tiny compared to this, you know what I mean? This thing is gigantic. Anyway, so you get obviously a bigger unit, you know what I mean? But you also get 2 fans within this guy when you get 1 fan in here. Now also, make sure you stay tuned throughout the entire video, because at the end I will give you the results of our temperatures with the Ninja 5 right here. And I'll also compare it and post up the numbers from our previous test with the Mugen 5 and then the Corsair H60 AIO. So then we can kind of see across the board what kind of benefits we're getting between each different unit. All right, so let's pop this big thing open here and see what we have. Now again, that Mugen 5 really shocked me because it was incredibly easy to install. You pop it open here and you have a plethora of pieces, which we kind of got intimidated a little bit by last time, but you have your Intel and your AMD pieces in there. Check this out. They actually give you a splitter with this one since you have 2 fans. Nice braided one too. Wow, that is so cool. And of course, another really awesome big screwdriver. Not a little chintzy one by any means. It's just awesome. You get your, look, my pieces are falling out again. More thermal paste screwdriver splitter. I mean, they give you everything here. All right, so what else we have in the box here is our 2 fans, and these fans are awesome. Again, with this unit here, if I can squeeze this other one out, you get 2 of them. But these fans are so nice. Around every corner, both sides right here, you have these very nice big rubber gaskets. So it really eliminates any of that potential vibration or anything. Very nice, again, sturdy, solid fans here. Now also speaking about these fans right here, they are PWM, 4-pin by the way. And of course, like I showed you earlier, you get that splitter right there. But these go max up to 800 RPM. So kind of think of them as like a quiet fan. Not like your basic performance usually goes up to like 2000 or something like that. But again, we have 2. So we're going to be using that push-pull or pull-push, whichever way you want to put it, configuration here. All right, now for the big guy itself here. Let's see if I can get this thing out here. Like, good mercy. There we go. Nice and wrapped up there. Wowzers. Look at this thing. I don't know if the camera can give this justice. Like, holy smokes. It is almost like twice as big as that Mugen 5 that we did down there. Wow, this thing is huge. Hopefully it fits. All right, so now just bringing you and showing you the unit itself. As you see, the top plate is black with a little ninja star right there. It looks pretty stinking cool. And again, this thing is stinking huge. It is really big. Real quick, as you're looking at this thing, I want to point out right up here. See how you got the little slot? And then a slot right down there. Those slots are cut out for your RAM, so it should fit a variety of RAM sizes right there. I'm using the Corsair Vengeance in mine, so we'll see how much clearance we have with that as well. But again, kind of think how big this is. It will cover up your RAM. So if you have some fancy RGB RAM down there, just remember, it will more than likely cover that up. Now, one other thing I want to show you on the bottom here, check out our heat plates, how it kind of slice up. I'm not sure how well you guys can really see that under there. You can kind of see how they break up right out here and then on the side and everything. It goes like that throughout the entire unit, and it's really cool because whenever the air is going to push through it, it's really going to go in there and just dissipate out, like kind of just like chop it up. Think about like I don't know, a ninja throwing star or something, you know what I mean? It's gonna break up that air, and your heat's not gonna be sitting on really just one location. It's gonna be set over here, then over here, and over here. Rather than being dissipated across the entire unit, it's gonna be dissipated across each different section, if you catch my drift right here. So we have 4 different sections with the heat being spread apart. But I mean, wow, straight out the box, aesthetics and build and everything feels very solid, very premium, very big, you know what I mean? I'm really excited to, install it there and test it out and see what kind of results we get, again, compared to what we did before. So anyways, let's get installed and check out some numbers. Alright, so installation is done. As you can see right here, very easy, just like last time. I knew a couple tips and tricks this time going into it, but again, just like the last one, incredibly easy install. And a couple of tips I just want to share with you that I learned from the first install and then this install as well. Number one is size up. You might have seen me size up the air cooler right there before I attached the fans or put the thermal paste down and everything. Because again, I kind of wanted to size the fans as far as the ram and then the shield cooler on that side over there. So I just want to size everything up before I just actually attach it, because I highly recommend you attaching your fans to your motherboard header before you actually get this on there. Because the cooler itself is going to block your header. At least mine, my CPU header, and the majority of other boards I've used, the CPU header is right on the top right there, and this guy is going to cover it, and it's going to be a nightmare to get it connected. So again, just connect your fans. Your wires are long enough and everything. Connect your fan, connect your RGB wire if you're using one of those, and you'll be perfectly fine. The only other tip I have for you that helped me out a lot, again, coming from the other one right there, this will depend on what's installed in your PC currently. Again, me coming from Mugen 5, I had those brackets in there, but if you're using any kind of cooler, you're more likely to have them in there. So as you can see, I haven't had to fast forward going this, you might have missed it, but I left my brackets in there and then attached 2 and then released the other ones and attached the other 2. Why I did that is so the back plate on the motherboard here wouldn't pop off. My whole goal was I didn't want to have to go into the back of my PC and dabble with all that, you know what I mean? So again, I kind of attached that right there. It stayed right there, bam, attached it. Didn't even have to pop open the back. Another thing I did as far as my installs, I used another RGB fan, as I also did with the Mugen right there, but now I have, instead of using the stock fans that came with it right here, I have the RGB on the front and RGB on the back right there, but I'm not changing anything. Again, those are gonna be stock at 800. These plugged in right there, as far as the Mugen, we're at 750. So again, they're gonna be the exact same. And one last little note, just to make sure we're clear across this whole install and this test, I use the exact same thermal paste that I used on my H60 AIO, the Mugen 5, and then this one, again, just to kind of keep it fair across the board. But all right, now for the fun part, let's go on and fire this up. We're gonna get some gaming in, get some numbers down, and kind of get some tests here and see what we get, and then I'll be right back with you guys in a couple days. This is probably the worst part, because I do these half videos, like I do the install and everything, talk about it, then I gotta go test it, and I end up getting wrapped up in a game. I end up gaming too long. I'm like, oh shoot, man, I gotta finish that video. Anyways, let me get on it, and I'll be right back with you guys. Alright, so we're back for day number 2. When I just started this video up, I just started up like a whole new video, you know what I mean? I'm over here, hey everyone, Techni here with the review. I'm like, wait a second, no, we're just finishing this up. But alright, as far as our results and our test right here, now, if I haven't mentioned it earlier in the video, I am using a Ryzen 5 3600X processor in here with no overclocking whatsoever. And as far as the test here, I tested in the exact same games that we did with the AIO and then the Mugen 5 right there, which is Destiny 2, Call of Duty, and then Fortnite. And before we actually jump into our new numbers, what I'm going to do right now is throw up on the screen our numbers from the AIO and the Mugen 5, which by the way, with the AIO, stag was 38 to 40, and then the Mugen stag was 40 to 42. And believe it or not, the stag temperatures now with the Ninja 5 is 32 to 35. Wow. it's beating out both of them. All right, and now let's talk games. Now the numbers here aren't as drastic as our stag temperatures right there, but they are better. Again, all three same games across all three different coolers we have here. Now again, going back, AIO in game was 50 to 53. The Mugen 5 was 47 to 54. That one had a bit of a difference right there, right? A little bit of a jump. Most things have been around 3, but that one had quite a big difference as far as they're kind of bouncing around a little bit. But anyways, as far as with the Ninja 5 right here, we were 48 to 50 across every single game, and honestly we were more or less right around that 48 rather than 50. So now one other thing before we actually start talking about those numbers and everything, as you're hearing those, you may not get the exact same results as me. Again, I have my PC set up with my airflow, two 120s up top, 140 down here just for the graphics card, 120 here, and then of course now I got two fans up on the cooler and then the one exhaust right there. So again, as far as your case, where's your intake coming from, your exhaust, and then your flow and everything. As you can see, I got quite a bit of room in here, you know what I mean? So each person, as far as, again, biggest thing will probably be your case, but then again, your layout, and then as far as your RPM on your fans and everything, you can vary a little bit here and there. As you can see with the Ninja 5 right here, it's butted up pretty much. I can barely fit, I almost can't fit my finger in between the other fans and the Ninja 5 right there. So again, I mean, we're sucking heat off right here. We got two fans going right there, and it's right next to my other exhaust fan, 2 fingers length. So again, we're taking all that heat right off of there. So I think that is really helping it out. All right, so let's jump into these numbers again right here. And the biggest difference we're seeing with each unit is as far as those stag temperatures right there. Again, the AIO and the Mugen 5 right there were pretty much spot on as far as stag, just sitting there browsing or anything like that, you know what I mean? But when you came into the Ninja 5, it was a really big difference going 32 to 35 right there. Now, my theory or thought behind that is, again, we have 2 fans on the Ninja 5, right? We could have put 2 fans on the Mugen 5 as well, but I kind of wanted to do this as in box. What do you get with the product, right? I didn't want to tweak it and kind of, add some different stuff, even though I added the RGB fans, but still, same thing right there, you know what I mean? So as far as the Mugen 5 coming in, what was our stag? 40 to 42, stag on this 32 to 35. I don't think another fan would increase the stag temps of the Mugen 5 that good, you know what I mean? But sure, it probably would have increased them quite a bit. But then we jump right into the in-game numbers, right? 48 to 50. Not that much difference from the Mugen 5, 47 to 54. You know, that 54 right there, I think if we put another fan on the Mugen 5 right there, I think we could have got pretty close to these numbers, if not spot on, you know what I mean? But I think the thing that's kind of affecting these numbers with the Ninja 5 compared to those stag temps, my thought, again, this thing is so big, right? So we're covering up our RAM, so we're getting the heat off the RAM. It's almost butted up right on my graphics card, so we're taking the heat off that as well. So again, when you got all that stuff cranking up in game and everything, I think you're taking some of that other excess heat and then putting it out there. Sure, we're getting better results, but still, again, I think that's where we're getting some of those extra numbers that's kind of kicking us off those fantastic stag temps. And then, of course, because we added the extra fan right there, the sound is increased, just an absolute pinch. Nothing drastic, deal-breaking, or game-changing by any means, but you do notice, hey, there is one little extra fan running here. Again, nothing loud or deafening by any means, but you can hear that little bit of increase. But I mean, all in all, as far as the numbers and the results across each different unit right here, again, we're talking about 60 bucks, 50 bucks, and down here, probably around 80, give or take 80 to 100 bucks, you know what I mean? So definitely, I mean, I think we got to knock out the AIO. Now, if you all remember some of my previous setups, I had the AIO up here with the radiator up here. So, you know, even though I planned out my cooling so great, and it was pretty good before, it was honestly pretty good. But you got to think, we're coming in here, we're taking that hot air, and we're still blowing it in there. Even though I had it coming out up top and through the back and everything, we're still bringing in excess unwanted heat. So as you all know, if you've been with this channel for a while, you all know I'm a big value guy. Not like cheap. I don't like cheap products, you know what I mean? I like getting my money's worth. And that's honestly what I feel like I'm getting here with the Ninja 5 and again the Mugen 5, you know. Sure, the AIO looks pretty cool in there, you know what I mean? But honestly, I mean, clearly our results are better with these guys and we're saving half the price, you know what I mean? So then some of you might be thinking, well, hey, should I just go with the Mugen 5, you know what I mean? A fantastic unit, a great unit. I believe it's like 45 bucks on Amazon right now. I mean, you can't go wrong. It's one of those absolutely amazing PC upgrades for not much money, you know what I mean? But then to get that extra step up of results, I'd say add on another fan to the Mugen 5 to get that nice little increase right there, you know what I mean? But then again, then you're in that price of the Ninja 5 right here, and you get the 2 fans with it. No, they're not the RGB, they're just those gray ones, so remember that. But again, you're kind of getting those better results with this guy just jumping up $10, which is probably cheaper than the single fan you're gonna need to buy for this one. So all in all, I think every unit is fantastic. I really do. I think they're all great units, you know. Kind of think of your budget. How much do you want to spend? Which one do you think looks better? Me personally, I love the way this Ninja looks. It's staying in my PC. It really is. Number one, the results, but I just think it looks stinking awesome. It really does. And again, it's that value. I really like being able to say, okay, hey, this thing's only 50, 60 bucks and I'm getting this kind of performance out of it. So hey, let me know down in the comments, what kind of cooler do you use, or what kind of cooler are you looking at upgrading to? Again, one thing you want to kind of make sure is just kind of verify with your case and your layout and look at it that way. I've been a really big fan of kind of my airflow within my PC, you know, just to keep it nice and healthy and just flowing really good, you know, pumping like a heart, you know. My ribs are still killing me here, so I gotta take care of those. But anyways, that's the biggest thing, just kind of making sure it has a really nice flow. And just look at your PC. Just think about it like your house. Air unit, you know what I mean? Is it flowing right here? Is it going to my return vent? Just kind of look at it the same way, and you're going to get some fantastic results. And again, both of these units I think are fantastic. The Ninja 5 I absolutely love, and I highly recommend. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. If you have any questions, please do ask. Follow me on Twitter at TheTechnie1. DM me a question, I'll answer right there. Again, we're all kind of learning here together, and that's what I really love about this channel. Kind of a community. We're not like this really there's some fantastic tech PC channels out there, you know what I mean? But I don't claim to be one of those at all. I like learning with you and trying these new products with you guys, and again, learning together. So again, if you have any questions, please do ask. But hey, thank you so much for stopping by and watching this one. I highly appreciate it. If you enjoyed it, hit that thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe for some future tech videos. Hey, I hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.